What's up and welcome to our podcast, Toast to Tea.
We're two friends that love the world of celebrity and pop culture and talking about it with you.
To join our world of celebrity, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our podcast. Now hit it.
It's about that time.
Wait, where's the Chris Cam?
To say cheers to our world of celebrity.
1000%.
They're back together, and it feels just right.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya.
Raise your glass.
I'm Maddison Hill.
And I'm Courtney Revolution.
Because it's our moment to
Toast to tea. Courtney, hello. We are back for another Toast to Tea pod. I don't know why I sang.
Maddison, can we just kick this off by saying, I forgot to tell you right before we got on here that I went to see Meghan Trainor last week at the Sony Afila Car of the Future event.
Oh, yes. I saw on your Instagram.
And I'm walking on my second drink already. And I'm filming. I have to send you the video. I'm filming. And all of a sudden, I stop because something in the music sounds so familiar. I'm like, what is going on here? And I realize it's the Toast to Tea theme song, like that Bruno Mars, whatever song that is, that Bruno Mars is playing immediately. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's the theme song to my podcast. I was like trying to explain to my friend. It was like our second time ever hanging out. And I was like, oh my God, you don't understand. This is like the theme song to my podcast. Oh my God, this is so weird. Anyway,
your friend was like, oh, okay. You're like, no, but it's a hit.
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. He was like, oh my God, you have a podcast. So anyway, community, you are always with us.
You're like, join the community. Everyone come, hang, have a blast. We actually did have a blast. We got together last night. We had a literal happy hour hang with us and our editor. Shout out to our editor, friend, icon, Danny. You guys, Danny literally is so important to the community. We need to shout her out. Y'all don't even know how much she is helping Courtney and I by just like believing in us and editing the podcast. Because
there would be no podcast.
In our corner, there would be no podcast without Danny. So everyone, if you're watching in the comments, just give some love to Danny because she is truly the heartbeat of this podcast. Like we could not continue doing this without her.
And it's to go back to what you just said, Maddison, it really is nice to have someone, including the community, just people that believe in you. And I've always felt it that Danny has believed in us. And so we really do appreciate you, Danny, honestly.
We do. We love Danny. And it was so fun to just like get together, have drinks. We went to a cute little rooftop moment because it's finally been nice in LA.
Let's talk about it. Y'all.
Oh my God.
Let's bless Maddison Hill. Let's say, bless you, Maddison. She didn't sneeze, but bless you, Maddison Hill. Because Maddison took us to this restaurant. When I tell you, it's so pathetic. I know, Maddison. These fries that she had ordered for the table were so good. When I bit into the crispy chicken tenders.
Delicious.
Oh, I don't know. It was some sort of honey sweet moment sauce for the chicken. Community, just know that, y'all know that's why y'all are here. Madison's taste level is so exquisite and exceptional. We just have to bless her. Bless you, girl.
If there's anything I know, it is where to get good food. I care a lot about the food. I care about the vibes, but more so the food.
And that place had both.
It had both. It was a rooftop. It had delish drinks. I was able to get a Hugo Spritz, which Hugo Spritzes are kind of sometimes hard to find. Everyone loves an Aperol, but not their more delicious, better tasting sister, a Hugo.
I had a Mezcal martini, real dirty, and then I had a Frosé.
That is literally the crazy. When you were like, can I have a Mezcal martini? I was like, the way I would never be able to drink that in a million and 1 years. Like, I would have one sip and be on the floor.
Madison.
And B, you know I'm not a Mezcal. Remember when you used to have to chug my Mezcal drinks when we were at the old job?
Yes.
You guys, if you've been with us for a while, you know that a long time ago, many, many moons ago, we used to have to go to a rooftop to film a show for the weekend. And they would always do a specialty drink for us. And it would always be Mezcal. And
I would have that's where I learned to like it.
It has to be. And I would have to sit there and be like, oh my God, we love this rooftop. And then Courtney would have to chug my drink because I'm like, I simply cannot. Like
I love mezcal. I love
can't.
that. I've really grown to love that smoky flavor, and the smoky flavor of a mezcal with the saltiness. If you're not an olive fan, sorry, but the saltiness of a good green olive, y'all, it was.
I need
delish.
to grow up. Like, I need to grow up. I need to grow up. I need to like martinis. I really also want to like old fashions, which I know you like both.
Maddison.
Because I just think
love
it
an
would
old
be
fashioned.
so badass as a woman to be like, I'll have a bourbon on the rocks. I'll have an old fashioned, but I can't. It literally makes me gag. Like, I'm like, ugh, I can't.
You know what you need to do? You need to put on a biker jacket, and then we're going to go right to Laurel Tavern. I love Laurel Tavern in Studio City because that's where you can get a good old fashioned, and also they have really good queso. I just recently
Oh my God, I
found out.
love, okay. And good
really good
queso is so hard to find in LA.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you.
It was really good queso. Shout out
Missouri?
to Laurel Tavern.
Missouri delish cheese dip, delish queso,
Really?
delish. We have different kinds. We have a little white queso. We have the traditional yellow. Here, impossible to find.
Yeah. You really gotta search to find the queso, but the one at Laurel Tavern is good.
Okay,
I highly
that's gonna
recommend.
be our next happy hour spot.
Oh, maybe we'll go there next.
I'll go to your neck of the woods.
Oh my God.
LA woods.
I love when the girlies come to my side of town. I love that. I love that.
Absolute tea. Also, too, have you been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta? Have you been keeping up? I have. I watched the new episode on my walking pad.
Yes, I loved the second episode. I really have a fondness for Angela Oakley. I love her tagline, which she just put out. I don't know. There's something about her. I feel not that she's similar to Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac, but once I latch on to a housewife, there's something about Angela Oakley. I don't know what it is yet, but I like her a lot.
I'm dying at the Stacey comparison because I didn't actually think of comparing those two.
That's my queen, Stacey.
Stacey.
You don't like her?
No, I actually think she's funny.
Oh, Stacey is like
because she
top tier for me.
Is so unaware of how reality television works. And it is endearing. It's authentic. And I love every second of it. No, I love Stacey. I love Stacey. She's so funny. When she got kicked out of Giselle's event, I could just tell that has literally never been her. And I would have been the same way. Like,
well, I never.
If I was a housewife, I would be like Stacey to be like, what is happening? Like, I'm flabbergasted. I've never experienced this before.
Maddison, I know you're against the reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would do Housewives. I
think you'd be a good Bravo celebrity in like a summer housey kind of situation.
I would do that. I would definitely do like a summer house, Southern Charm. Obviously, I'd have to move to Charleston, which that's not happening anytime soon. But I would do something like that. I just wouldn't do.
You're not gonna do Willy Wonka?
No, Willy Wonka. No.
They're coming out with the Willy Wonka competition. You ain't see?
No.
Are
you shocked I didn't see that they're doing a Willy Wonka reality show? Obviously,
Maddison.
I did not see that.
Now, Maddison, first of all, community, hey, y'all. Last night at cocktails after my second, I tried to convince Maddison and Danny to apply to Mr. Beast games. And the reason why is because this is how I was pitching it to them. Y'all could go on Mr. Beast games and only be there like 2-3 days and come out of there with like $75,000. Like, I've seen it with my own black ass eyes, y'all. I watched the first 3 episodes. Maddison and Danny, go and get this money.
I do need the money, but I just...
$75,000. Maddison, even if you came home with 30, you would be like, oh my God, $30,000.
I'd be happy if I came home with 10. I'd be like, I'm literally so excited. I'm so excited. I would be thrilled. I just cannot picture myself on a reality competition show like that.
There's so many people there, Maddison. What if you didn't even get airtime until you were walking out of there with the money?
I guess I'd be fine because I'd be like, I won. Yeah. At least I'm going on a winner.
Like, who cares about everyone else in your group, girl? You getting this money and running. These are strangers, girl.
1,000,000%. No way would I feel any loyalty to anyone on a Mr. Beast games. Like, and that's coming from a tourist. Like, normally we are inherently loyal, but strangers, no. Especially if there's like 100 of us cast on a game show. I'm like, my friends cast these things all the time. No.
Community, if you would like to see Maddison in any capacity on any reality show, just please let us know in the comments on Spotify,
Courtney's
YouTube,
like,
what have you. Because
please keep
that's the
bullying
next.
Maddison. No, I know. I would do like, I would do a Bravo. I would do any of
Love
those.
is Blind?
I don't think they would ever do a Love is Blind LA. But if for some, because you know, the pods, actually, I don't know if everyone knows that, but the pods are here technically.
That's crazy.
So that's, I don't know if they would ever do like a actual LA season. I don't know.
But we gonna get you on the TV, girl.
But yeah, I would love a Bravo show. I think, Courtney, you and I both would absolutely slay being Bravo celebrities. Okay. I know we would kill
There
it.
are some things that I know I need to add to my career in order to be eligible for a Bravo show. But that is a dream of mine.
1,000,000%. I've also loved Andy Cohen like since Bravo first became a thing, and him being from St. Louis. I was like, we're both Missouri people. Like, no, Bravo is the one network. If they ring my phone,
I'm taking it. Whatever it is, I'm taking
goodbye,
it.
good night.
They'd be like, first season $200. I said, girl, I'll take $150, and I'll
literally,
be there.
literally. I'll do it for the experience, bitch. Like, I would do it.
Very that.
Like, literally, if they were like, do you want to be on the next season of Southern Charm for literal fun, and you have to pay for your flight and your Airbnb for the first 3 months, I'd be like, 100%.
Like, girl, I'm paying for your flight, Madison. Get on that goddamn phone.
Literally, Courtney would be like, I support this. Go. Put me on your emergency contact. I'll see you later. Well, actually, I guess a show like that. See, a show like that would be better for me too, because they wouldn't take my phone away.
Yeah.
I can't
Madison,
do
you would be fine without your phone.
I know I would be fine, but I'd prefer it not. How would I Google? I literally was thinking before we got on here.
You are silly.
What did I do before Google? I Googled.
You used your brain.
No, I literally today.
No.
I had a bite of I made a piece of toast with butter. My butter tasted, I don't know. I was like, does it taste weird? Does it not? So here I am Googling, can you get food poisoning from butter? Apparently it's really rare.
ChatGPT.
Like literally.
Or I'll be on TikTok asking questions in the search bar.
I don't know if I could survive without my Google. I don't know.
Community, I'm going to tell you one thing. If I can survive for 2.5 weeks without my phone, I prompt Maddison could come home with $75,000 and buy us all a new phone.
I didn't think you were going to say phone. I thought you were going to say something else. The devil's lettuce. If I can survive and go to sleep, because when you were on the circle,
girl,
no chews allowed.
They were so specific about making sure we were good that they weren't even trying to let me have my melatonin gummies, y'all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I had to beg for the melatonin. They were like, what do you need these for? I was like, if I don't have these, I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell them why. But I was like.
I just went into a big thing this week on my Members Only Live. I was like, how I hate the term edible. So in my mind, they're chews. I had to go into that whole spiel, which you already know.
When you say chew, I think of like chewing tobacco.
Yeah. No, I get that because same. A lot of guys in my high school did chew, but I simply cannot use the E word. And you know
why? Madison.
I don't know why. It makes my butthole clench. Like I literally am like, because that scares me. That means what if it's too much? I know.
Madison, it'll never be too much.
You know what's crazy is even though it's legal, I still get anxious going into a dispensary. I'm like, why?
Madison,
I don't know.
We're gonna take a trip to the dispensary one day.
I know we need to,
and you can go ahead and just get your nighttime gummies. But while we're there, I want to show you
my little 5 milligrams. That's all I need. My little Caminos. Shout out to Camino.
You know what we'll do one day for an episode? We will each have a Flower Boy drink. You know, Kyle from Summer House has the Flower Boy drinks now. And the THC drinks, and they're probably about 10 milligrams.
Oh, so are those for Carl?
Yeah, probably because it doesn't have alcohol in it, and you have yourself half a can.
Half a can.
Half a can is would be like 5, Madison.
Okay, well
depending
normally
on how much the cans are.
Which Christian always makes fun of me because I'm always like, oh, I take my chew, and then as soon as I start to feel it, I fall asleep. And he's like, Maddison, you know you're supposed to stay awake and enjoy it. I'm like, absolutely not.
Yes,
like as the moment I feel one singular thing, I'm like, shoo. I don't want to feel a thing. I just want to sleep. I just want to put me in REM. And I'll see you in the morning.
Y'all.
Anyway, we will do that though. So sorry.
Wish Maddison some good, y'all.
I'm going to be fine. It's called anxiety. I've been dealing with it every day. We're going to be okay. But let's go ahead and get into the tea, actually, because
Okay.
this first topic on the docket is so funny. And I'm so happy you put this on. Demi Lovato. Can we talk about her getting roasted by ChatGPT? You brought up ChatGPT earlier, but
Yes.
I'm so glad that you put this on. Demi shared her asking ChatGPT to roast her, and she shared some of the really funny results over on social media. ChatGPT joked about Demi's multiple rebrands, saying that she has, quote, more rebrands than a failing fast food chain. It even talked about that infamous frozen yogurt controversy, saying, quote, just pick a lane or at least a consistent genre.
Jesus.
I mean, it was absolutely, absolutely funny. Like, joked about her being a good singer. Like, honestly, ChatGPT slayed the roast of Demi Lovato.
I want to say this. Demi, I enjoy some Demi Lovato.
I'm glad you do.
Demi was such a great sport about this because I know, and you and I both know, there are some celebrities that would never do this, let alone record it and put it on social media. So like, I almost kind of enjoy the fact that it almost kind of feels like when we was laughing at Demi at certain points, maybe Demi can now look back and laugh as well. Like the yogurt store stuff. Like the fact that she can laugh at ChatGPT making fun of that is hilarious to me. Because it was silly. It was silly then, and the fact that she can look back at it now and be like, maybe that was a little silly.
I was going to say, because she certainly was not laughing back then. She certainly was taking it.
Demi was pissed off.
So seriously. I don't know if you guys remember, but remember when she even went as far to be like, I will help you rebrand your yogurt store.
Yeah.
Like, girl, where is your degree in marketing? Please sit all the way back down. You know, I feel like Demi hopefully is slowly coming back on an up because Tell Me You Love Me. Do you remember when that album came out? I was annoying AF at our old job playing that nonstop. Like, Maddison, I thought that was Demi's best work. I was obsessed.
For me, I want Demi to do whatever is comfortable to her, but I really enjoyed her last two projects. She had done like a rock album and then she had reimagined her hits as rock songs. And all of that music to me sounded very comfortable for her. And I want another pop album. I want another big, like, you know, mainstream release before the wedding or like whatever. But I also want one more good rock album. And that's because selfishly, I'm pissed that I missed the tour for the rock album. And I listen to that pretty often. So Demi, give us one more shredder and then go and make your money.
Or I just feel like, why couldn't she just do an album that's literally full of a little bit of both? Like whatever
Lady Gaga just did, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Lady Gaga, that
Can we talk
album is
about
some
that?
of her best work. We can talk about it really quick. She is, I feel like, very much authentically being who she is as an artist, and it comes through. And and that's why people love it. That is why people love it. I feel like we're finally kind of getting to this point with artists, and Demi could probably take note. It's like, we just want you to be you. So if it's a little mix of things, like I actually kind of prefer a little mix.
Yeah,
something. I miss you.
I do miss Little Mix. I really liked Lady Gaga's album a lot. I know maybe for some it was a little bit sonically all over the place, but we've never known Lady Gaga to really do something that's expected. So I like that we got a little bit of the dark pop near the top. We got a little bit of our David Bowie guitar strings near the middle end. And for me, it all sounded great. I really like the retro sounds of it a lot. Great job.
I'm here for it. Like I said, I also just love Lady Gaga. Like literally, in my opinion, Lady Gaga can do no wrong. I saw her jazz show in Vegas. I guess now this was 2 years ago.
I literally live for you, Madison.
And it was one of the best things I've ever experienced.
Monster Ball, suck my ass. I was at cheek to cheek, bitch.
And let me tell you, it was a time.
Did you have a glass of champagne, girl?
I had a literal solo cup full of wine, and it was a time. So she can sing jazz, she can sing rock, she can sing acoustic, she can sing literally pop. In my opinion, Lady Gaga, I mean, Demi, no offense. I don't know if she could ever, but
But Demi can sing her ass off, Maddison. Now we got to give her that. She was hollering on "Tell Me You Love Me."
Yes,
Tell me you love. Like that's from the gut.
No, and I loved that album. Like that really was. And then I feel like she went through some personal stuff, you know, and then we had a little like
we have a hiccup
craziness.
here or there.
We had a hiccup. We've had a couple hiccups, but I feel like we're on our way back. And I think her fiance is good for her too.
Yeah, I feel like ever since she's kind of been with the fiance, things have kind of been on an upswing. I've been noticing she's been cooking online and doing little wifey things in the content. So like, are we getting a Living with Demi lifestyle show on the Netflix? Like what's going on there? I've got my eye on you, but I'm also rooting for you, Demi Lovato.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We're rooting for you. Oh my God, rooting for you, Demi. That sounded like I was faking it. But no, I really want to see what else she can come out with.
Yeah, what's going on?
TBT. Okay. Courtney, we got to talk about Diddy.
Oh,
and
gross.
Kanye, unfortunately.
As bad as I wanted to skip this today, I was like, we can't get up on here.
No, because Kanye and Diddy have literally been begging to be discussed. And
not they thirsty.
It's insane. I mean, Kanye especially has been down our throats literally all week. And also the Diddy of it all is coming back. Because remember a couple weeks ago, he was tweeting free Puff, free Diddy, advocating for him. And now things escalated this week because Kanye released a song with Diddy featured, as well as Diddy's son and Northwest, which was a huge issue in and of itself. Kim did not want the song released. Her and Kanye reportedly had a mediation where Kanye wasn't present, but his legal advisors said, okay, fine, he won't release the song. And he did it anyway, which real quick, obviously, before we get into Diddy calling Kanye and all of that, what did you think about him releasing the song, even though they agreed that he wouldn't do so?
The whole entire situation is just disappointing. Like, I'm just like so disappointed. Like the Diddy of it all is disappointing. Being someone that was born in Harlem, just the Diddy of it all is disappointing. We grew up with Kanye West in a certain kind of way versus what is now. And I think what is now is just a gross, disgusting outline of what used to be. He's awful. And I think the decision to go against his co-parents' wishes was a terrible move. Especially
what kills me with Kanye, I guess my biggest, I have a lot of qualms, but one of the qualms that really irritates me, aside from all of the hatred he spews online, is the fact that he is the king of the double standard. Like, you are going to put your daughter on a track with a man who is accused of trafficking, right? But then you're going to be upset at your wife putting her on a track with FKA Twigs and then try to say, no, you're actually the trafficker. Crazy. And I don't know if you saw this morning, but on TMZ, sources were saying Kanye was trying to bring North to a hangout with Andrew Tate.
I saw that. I mean, that coupled along with what he said about Kanye, Beyonce and
oh my God, Beyonce and Jay-Z's children.
I forgot about that. He tweeted that about Beyonce and Jay-Z's children. I was like, I'd already had him blocked for a while now, but seeing that, I was like, I just was disgusted. As someone that used to be friends with Kanye, how do Jay-Z and Beyonce even respond to that, if at all?
Right. I saw Tina posted a video. I like how I act like I know her. You know, Tina. Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, posted an Instagram video responding, kind of, but essentially just saying, like, we're not going to give this hatred light, basically.
Period. Yeah. And she has a book coming out. Like, we don't need to overshadow that.
No, Courtney, I guess give me your opinion on this, because I feel like Kanye, yes. Has he always been controversial? Has he always said things that are like giving Kanye energy in a way that just, you know what that means when I say Kanye energy? I feel like he has always been obviously a little out there, but how did we go from, you know, him being like, Jesus walks, I am the equivalent, to now he's calling his ex-wife a trafficker. He is making fun of the appearance of Jay-Z and Beyonce's children. He is spewing horribly, horribly, horribly offensive things, selling t-shirts with offensive symbols. Like, how did we get here?
I don't think it's fair to place it all on one particular thing or event, but I think as someone that used to be a fan, I noticed that things started to get a little more wonky once his mom passed away.
Okay.
Things were never really quite the same. And then once he had put out the album where he was like discussing his mental issues that where with the green lettering on it, that was also around the time where I was like, okay, so it's not just grief. There's like a mental issue going on, coupled with Kanye, just from what we have seen in the media, is kind of a troll to begin with. So when you put all of those things together,
disaster,
coupled with the weight of celebrity, how do you even begin to function?
Right.
You know,
and I like how you said it's multiple things, because I feel like a lot of times people place a lot of weight on mental illness, and I'm like, I get that,
not just that.
Also having a mental illness isn't a get out of jail free card for being, excuse my French, an asshole. It's not. You know, there are thousands of people who also have bipolar who are not spewing what Kanye is spewing.
Absolutely.
So I don't like how sometimes people place a big emphasis on that, because I think, yes, that is part of it, and that is something that you can include in the discussions. But to say that is why he is behaving this way, I don't like that narrative, because I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that's necessarily accurate.
Yeah, and then I think that also kind of sends the message that like all bipolar people act that way, or like Kanye had come out and said that he had gotten like an autism diagnosis, and all autistic people don't act like that. So I mean, you're absolutely right. You can't blame it all on his mental health. There is some aspect of Kanye's personality that where he's choosing to be offensive. And I think that is the most disappointing thing of it all, because like, what will you have left? Like when you're like 60, 70, like, and maybe he still will have money, but like, as we know the tale, like money doesn't really buy you happiness. And like, what happens? You slip out the bathtub like Richard Simmons and you die alone. Like it's sad to think.
No,
I think he'll only have North, if that.
I think so too. I think North has a soft spot for him. And you know what? Shout out to Kim.
Because she could just sue his ass.
I mean,
or he could wake up in a conservatorship tomorrow. If Kim really wanted to lock it down, I'm sure she could.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, for keeping what he does and says away from her kids, I'll be honest, now that the kids are getting older, if I'm Kim, I don't know if I'm doing that. I think, you know, especially with North, because she's been very open about how North, you know, idolizes her dad. Yeah. I think I'm pulling back the rose-colored glasses a little bit.
How does North feel about Kanye saying F her favorite rapper, Tyler, the Creator? How's she feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, also fair. And getting back, I guess, to the Diddy of it all. Sorry, I know we.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
I had to get your opinion.
His stupid behind in the jail cell.
If I'm Diddy and I'm trying to change my public perception, and Kanye is the one who's like, let's put you on a track and I'm going to be your advocate and I'm tweeting for you. The fact that Diddy's like, thanks, brother, is crazy.
To my understanding, Diddy didn't know he was going to be on the song.
And also Diddy didn't know that Kanye was recording his phone call and then going to post it on Instagram.
Weirdo. Both of y'all. Weirdo.
Which I'm sure he's pissed about, because now anything that is out to the public can be used against Diddy in a court of law.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything like outwardly on that phone call, but there were metaphors. Wouldn't you say?
Prison phone calls are recorded anyway to begin with. So the fact that is out there like that, I think it's not a good look. And Diddy thinking that he is going to be free, I think, is insane to me.
Yes, he thinks he's going to beat the charges, everyone.
Just the basis of, if you didn't do anything wrong, what did you pay Cassie for?
Well, according to Kanye, Cassie extorted Diddy. He tweeted that this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cassie extorted Diddy because she went to him about this video and then got paid and then went away. I'm like, okay, first of all,
Girl,
you
we
don't
saw
know
the
how
video.
lawsuits work. And also we saw the video. But if you remember a couple weeks back when Kanye started on this free Diddy nonsense, he said the CNN video is just someone being really passionately in love with someone else. That is what happens when you are so blinded by love. A man with 2 daughters tweeted that explanation of that CNN video, which is wild to me.
That's embarrassing.
Who are you to criticize Kim Kardashian's parenting? And I am not saying Kim is perfect. I want that crystal clear. But who are you to criticize anyone's parenting when you are publicly tweeting that a man physically assaulting a woman in that way is love? Intense love. Like, what? Crazy. And you're a father. Like, that's what kills me.
Well, that's why Kim is trying to get that custody, girl.
I know. What do you think about that? So obviously physical custody, Kim has physical custody the majority of the time. We already know that. But they have joint legal custody, which means any decisions regarding the children has to be a 50-50 split. That is what she's potentially mulling over. So when you're seeing those reports about custody, it's not how much they're necessarily seeing Kanye, it's the decision factor. And Kim has been doing what they agreed upon in their divorce. So when you are reading about these mediations, that's their divorce agreement. If they don't agree on something with the kids, they have to go before a judge and have a private mediation, which is why Kim has been doing that.
Yeah.
Kanye's not showing up. His lawyer's showing up, but then he's not even following through with what is agreed upon in these mediations. I don't blame Kim for thinking, do we need to go back to the drawing board here?
I know that obviously, you know, she's Kim Kardashian and she can have whatever legal team she wants. But I know that lady is so glad she went to law school for whatever, you know, she has learned thus far. Because imagine how different her life would be just not having the extra information in terms of like the legal system, honestly. I don't know. I feel bad for the kids.
1,000,000%. Out of everyone in the situation.
Because some people are like, well, Kim shouldn't have the kids either because XYZ. You know, she just posed with Elon's robot.
Oh, yeah.
People are really upset about that.
I genuinely forgot about that with all of this Kanye stuff going on. But I know people are really mad about that.
People are really upset. So they're like, you know, Kim might be the lesser, but there are still 2 evils. So, Rob, come get these babies.
Honestly, Chloe.
Chloe.
If I'm trusting any of the Kardashians with my child, it's Chloe.
Yeah, because Chloe gonna make sure they eat none of that pooch stuff, no shade, Courtney, and you know they gonna have some fun. So
and they're gonna have fun, and they're gonna have a routine. Like she is very big on being with her kids in the morning, taking them to school, keeping them on their schedule. You know, I feel like I've been hard on Chloe with the Tristan of it all, and I am the first one to admit. But when it comes to parenting and being a mom and who I would trust to raise my child out of all the Kardashian siblings, it's Chloe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go
She's
with Chloe.
She's basically raising Dream whenever Dream is not with China.
Yeah.
I feel like Dream is at her house all the time. Yeah. So
love that.
I'm just like, out of all of them, her taste in men might be poor, but her mothering skills...
Not the taste in men poor, Maddison.
Excellent. I mean,
you are silly.
Are we wrong? Am I wrong?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The taste is very poor. It's lacking.
But her parenting skills, off the charts.
A1.
Shout out to Chloe. Okay, let's move on and talk about Selena and Benny because I love this so much. Selena Gomez helped Benny Blanco see the light, and that light is being a Swiftie. Welcome, Benny Blanco. We welcome you into the Swiftie fam with open arms. This was discussed on their recent Hot Ones episode, which I love that during this album rollout, we're seeing Selena do different press than we've ever seen her do before.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen... Selena's never done Hot Ones before, right?
She's never done Hot Ones. I feel like she is like popping up. They popped up at like a Spring Breakers showing
I saw
her and
that.
Benny. Yeah.
And where was that here? Bet not have been.
I was like, was that last night? And we didn't know, and we weren't there because I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
And she's like, oh, and also we like dropped another song. I'm like, girl, I'm loving this chaotic album rollout where you and Benny are just like, we're so in love, we're hanging out. There's some promo mixed in, and here's some songs. Like, I'm loving it.
And I think it helps us kind of like understand their chemistry a little bit more, because so many people are annoyingly like, why is she with him? Why is she with girl? Because the chemistry is there. That's why.
No, Courtney.
And he treat her nice.
Thank you. A while ago, I think it was their well, even before this, but their Interview magazine joint photo shoot and interview sold me on it. But even before, I'm like, stop dragging Benny. I am over the dragging of Benny Blanco. I don't care if you don't think he's cute. You don't have to. I literally don't care. Say what you will about that man. He loves Selena Gomez.
Absolutely. And my
thing is, everything about Selena Gomez.
I've been seeing people making fun of Benny Blanco and looking worse than him. And I'm like, what's going on here? We don't have mirrors no more? Bring back mirrors.
Bring back mirrors.
Because y'all out here looking like feet. Talking about Benny. At least that man got some money. He cook and he funny.
That is true. His personality is impeccable.
I've always thought Benny Blanco, you know I've said this a million times. Ever since I saw him on that show Dave with Lil Dicky, I've been a Benny Blanco fan. I was like, if he's like that in real life, girl Selena, go and get your man. And yes, she did.
She did. And they were so cute on Hot Ones. I feel like every interview they do, I'm always like, that's my favorite. I love it. But this, I really did genuinely love. And the whole like Swiftie aspect of it all. Benny talked about how obviously he was a fan of Taylor, but he was not a full-fledged, fully invested Swiftie until Selena really introduced him to our girls' catalog, especially some of the older.
She put that 1989 on.
And every man, I'm just saying, every man loves 1989.
Oh, so
there is no man who can deny 1989. That's even Travis Kelce. That was his favorite.
Y'all like Blank Space. Don't even act like y'all don't. That's a hit.
Courtney, get out of my mind. I was going to say, when I was in college, all them of straight men, girl, put on Blank Space on volume 20. Like, every pregame, those Lambda Chi's at Mizzou lived for a little Blank Space, okay?
She wrote the hell out of that.
So funny. She really did. What a hit. Wow. But Benny credited Selena for expanding his appreciation for Taylor's emotional songwriting, obviously helping him reconnect to songs that he probably was not paying attention to before. I didn't think I could love Selena and Benny more, but now they come and do an interview and they're like, oh, now Selena's like, I made Benny love Taylor Swift. And I'm like, God, now I'm even more for you guys as a couple than I was before. I didn't know it was possible. They just be in the car singing Taylor songs together. Like that's a fun visual. Also, that's literally my couple dream. Like couple goals. Okay. Is my man being like, okay, introduce me to the world of Taylor Swift. And I'm like, that's here's hot. The education. I agree. That's hot. That is hot. It doesn't even have to be like Taylor. Like it could just be like that, whatever that thing is that you're really interested in, even if it's just for the moment. Like what's that about? Like I'ma tell you. You're not ready for the lore, bitch. Yeah. Literally. You just said lore. I fully used that word incorrectly on a live a couple weeks ago. And I was like, is that what Gen Zers mean when they say lore? And literally everyone in the chat was like, no. Thank God for the House of Hill, girl. They're not going to have you looking crazy out in the street. I know. Well, Gen Z language is not my strongest suit. But being a Swiftie is, being a fan of Selena and Benny is. Do you understand about reheating nachos, Maddison? Okay, I do love a nacho, but did you see for Valentine's Day he did fill the bathtub with the nacho cheese? And I've gone on record multiple times. That is not what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm talking about the term reheating nachos. No, that's like a term on the internet. Oh my God, no! What is that? Okay, so when you go on Twitter, you'll see like the Twitter girlies saying, for example, oh my God, Lady Gaga reheated her nachos on Abracadabra, which means that she did something that was like, she redid something that was already popular back in the day. So when Abracadabra dropped, we were like,
Oh, Lady Gaga reheated her nachos, and other people were like, she didn't just reheat the nachos. She went back into the kitchen with Gordon Ramsay and made them from scratch. You haven't seen that, Maddison?
No, I have not seen
right
that.
now, I'm upset that Ice Spice exclusively only reheats her nachos. Like, we're sick of that flavor. We need a new taco girl. We need the quesadilla girl. She's reheating the nachos too much.
Did Kendrick Lamar reheat the nachos when he wore Aeropostale flared jeans at the Super Bowl?
Has he worn those jeans in the past before in his style?
I don't think so.
He's just he's reheating your old nachos.
Oh, okay. So this is why I have to ask these things.
If that was your style back in the day, not Kendrick Lamar trying to reheat my nachos. He's putting the nachos right off my plate. He really tried to take your nachos. Sure did.
He really did. Oh my God. Okay. So when someone redoes something from their past,
they'll be like, oh my God, they're trying to steal your nachos. And when they're redoing something they've already done, then they're reheating the nachos.
Have you been able to use this in normal conversation?
I literally just did in my TikTok video about Ice Spice. I was like, Ice Spice, we need you to stop reheating the nachos and step away from the microwave.
Oh my God. And everyone's going to love that. See, I didn't even know that was a term. God.
That's what I'm here for.
I am learning. So you guys don't even know. Our preteen.
Old man millennial.
Learning a lot here. Wow. Iconic. Reheat the nachos. Okay. Well, you know who. Actually, I don't know how I can say this. I was going to say. You know
who's really reheating her nachos?
You know who. She kind of is. Or dare I say, Hailey is mad that people keep reheating her own nachos.
What?
And then putting some new spice on it to make her sound like she was crazy. They're throwing some pico, some guacamole, a little shredded lettuce, some beef. Like, Hailey is upset at the reheating of her nachos.
I'm dead, Maddison.
She is mad. She's so mad, she's about to call a lawyer.
Is she copying Selena?
Okay. Did you watch the 7-part series?
I did not. Hailey has a 7-part series about what?
No. Okay. Oh my, I get to tell you about something on TikTok. Okay.
Yes, please do.
So there is right now this viral, it actually started off on YouTube, but I think it's made its way onto TikTok. Anyway, on social media, a viral 7-part series about how, this is the interpretation. This is all alleged, and this is what one content creator put together.
Okay.
A 7-part series about how Hailey Bieber stalked Justin Bieber and became the wife.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, even if she did, he like her ass, so what?
I said one person stalked is another person speaking it into existence.
Yeah.
But she is really upset by this series. Like, posted on her Instagram something about like people, it was some cryptic quote of like, people think they know you, but they're always wrong, or people believing information that's wrong, whatever. And then now the most recent issue is she wants to obtain legal counsel to go after bloggers, commentators, content creators who are putting out these false narratives. Okay. And this is coming from TMZ. Sources said that Hailey, she's sick and tired of the hateful narratives. She's dogged them for years, but they're often revisited. Her issue is that these narratives are being doctored and fabricated to make her look bad, and she's upset that the misinformation is being taken at face value. She allegedly is even more upset about this now that she's a mom. Like, she used to ignore it, but she can't ignore it anymore. And then she's reportedly gotten in contact with the woman who repped Cardi B when Cardi B sued Tasha K and won.
Screaming. Mm-hmm. I just feel like maybe she didn't have a choice. She was born into this. But, like, why be a celebrity if you're going to be upset that people are going to talk about you? I feel like, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that people should say harmful or hurtful things. But the reality is that people are always going to have an opinion and not always positive. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you're so rich. Like, who cares? Mm-hmm. Like, what nobody on the internet has to say about you. It's when you start, like, feeding into it and doing your little cryptic stuff on your story.
This is feeding them.
And make people want to nitpick with you and say something else. So, I mean.
My other thing, too, is what's hard and I don't think she can even compare this to the Tasha K situation because Tasha K was like interviewing people and like making like bold allegations like about
she was like talking about her health.
Life.
Yeah.
Like this is the video clips are out there. The tweets are out there. The photos are out there. The information is out there. This is just how people are interpreting that information. So if like there are clips of you being 12 years old and your dad introducing you to Justin Bieber because you were a fan and you wanted to go to Good Morning America, you can't be upset about how people are interpreting that, giving their opinion. I mean, you can be mad, but like, I don't know if you can sue for someone's opinion. I mean, even this week, Ryan Reynolds is like, my opinion is that Justin Baldoni's a predator. First Amendment, you know what I mean? Like, so to me, I'm like, I think Hailey's mad at how people are piecing together this information, which I get. No one wants to be called a stalker, but the footage is already out there.
Maddison, Hailey Bieber could be such a baddie.
I know.
If she just was like, okay, and
I was about to say, the way I literally would turn this into like funny videos being like me stalking my husband around their house.
Oh my God.
My mansion. My mansion. Like some call you a stalker, but you got the ring. Like I'd be flashing my big diamond on TikTok and being like, the haters are, I can't even hear you over this ring right now. I can't even hear you because my house is so big. I can't even hear you because my bank account is so stacked.
Girl,
like,
I would be driving the haters insane because I would be, girl, every day I would have something new. I would have the camera all up in Justin's face. Now, how about that? Like, you know what I mean?
No, a day in my life.
People are calling you a stalker, girl. You married him. Like, you won, girl. Who cares? Like, you might as well play in their face now since you're going to be online anyway.
Thank you. I'm like, the way I would not even be giving these people the attention to sue because that's just what they want. Like, I saw so many YouTubers already be like, Hailey Bieber's mad at me. I'm like, you're literally giving them material. I would fully just be like, guess what? I stalked him and I got him. And now I'm married to one of the biggest celebrities ever. And like, would not even be pressed. I don't even care. I don't even care if I have a child. I mean, because ultimately at the end of the day, you got a baby.
Like, hey, girl,
you secured the ultimate bag.
Like,
you secured the ultimate bag. Yeah.
She's silly.
I understand why she's upset, but I wish I could just tell her, like, as people who have very much commented on Hailey's social media antics and reports, like, we have called you out when calling out has been necessary. But please listen to us when we say you are missing the biggest bag and the biggest opportunity to just let all of these people have egg on their face.
What she need to do, what she really should have did, Maddison, and you know what, Hailey Bieber, I'm not even going to charge you 10% for this. You could have this one. She should have put out every time something stupid like this happens, she needs to put out a special edition Rode phone case. And the first one I will put out is Mrs. Bieber with a kiss print on it. And watch how all of them phone cases sell out. Like, she need to really lean into being Mrs. Bieber and playing their face and get a coin off of it. Because the haters will be sick, but the lovers that love Justin, they would buy it. Girl, Hailey, use your brain.
Yeah.
Use your brain.
I'm like, don't even sweat these little stuff. I mean, I fully would just...
Mrs. Bieber.
If I were Hailey, this is actually exactly what I know would have happened. I would have seen the 7-part series. I would have immediately been like, called Courtney, and I would have probably been in my feels like initially. I would have been like, oh my God, like people are calling me a stalker. Like I'm so embarrassed. And Courtney would have been like, Maddison, grow up. Literally grow up. You married this very wealthy man. He's a celebrity. You're a celebrity. Start trolling.
Be like, Maddison, if you don't wipe your tears with a $100 bill in the foyer, damn it.
Exactly. Courtney would be like, if you find yourself writing a paragraph, no, delete and get in their faces. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what Hailey needs to do. Don't sue anybody.
Yeah.
I also don't think you could legally do it. I mean, I'm not a legal expert, but girl, I also just think like it's not going to work. And just play in the trolls' faces. You're already feeding them anyway. You might as well come out on top.
I don't think it's worth the trouble.
No.
Let Sloan and the rest of them get their little bag. Everyone just trying to make money, girl. It's times it's rough, Hailey. Let us talk about you.
I was like, eggs are expensive. Eggs are expensive.
Girl.
Rent is expensive.
Hailey, it's costing you nothing for you to not be on the internet and let us talk about you and get our coin.
Literally. And then you can make fun of us. Like, you can play in our face. Marital issues who? Play in my face. But instead, you fuel them. And then that gives us more to talk about.
I don't get why she does that. She's so
Anyway, Hailey, take our ideas. And if you feel so inclined, we would love 10%. But we do have a Put It in the Teapot submission, Courtney. Shout out to Christina Cat-Eye for submitting this Put It in the Teapot submission. We love you. Thank you for always submitting. We appreciate it so much because we really, truly, I know I say it every episode, but like, you guys, we want to hear from you, community. So please, please, please put it in the Teapot submissions at toastedteapot@gmail.com. Comment down below, DM us. Like, we want to hear from you. And it's also very therapeutic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you ever want to be, anonymous, you can always like DM the Toast to Tea Instagram account and just say you want to be anonymous.
Yes.
Okay, so this from Christina Cat-Eye. Hey, Christina. She says, hi, Court and Mads. What I want to put in the teapot is this. It's 2025 and we still live in a society where greedy people with financial power, such as corporate giants, landlords, employers, and even family members are taking advantage of the lower class and new Gen Z adults. Yet so many of them try to gaslight us into thinking it's our fault that we can't afford basic needs. Are there some people in financial power who care? Sure, but it's very few of them and they're very hard to find. According to economic research, if minimum wage kept up with inflation, it would be somewhere between $23 to $26 an hour right now. I know we don't live in a perfect world, and we never will, but I'm tired of witnessing so many people struggle and being at a disadvantage when I feel like we deserve so much better. There is a huge homeless population in my community where they live in tents in the woods and on the streets. We get severe weather all year round, and when temperatures reach below zero, it breaks my heart to see the homeless live like this while so many of them have kids to take care of as well. Even looking for an apartment can be very challenging because if we're all paying a huge deposit, plus nearly $2,000 a month in rent alone, plus insurance, food, medical, and other bills, how are we supposed to thrive? Dollar stores are even on the brink of collapse and grocery prices just keep rising. The most devastating cherry on top of this is that many people become depressed and hopeless due to these struggles, in addition to toxic work environments and horrible pay, if you're even lucky enough to have work. It's getting really scary for people and hard for us to build up ourselves and our communities. People with regular jobs used to be able to afford most things while still being able to have a growing savings account, but now it's considered a luxury to be able to afford basic needs. I hope everyone is doing okay, and if you're struggling, please keep going. It might be rough for a lot of us right now, but please don't give up. I hope one day we can at least live in a society where children can have free health care and food with zero restrictions and no questions asked. Thanks for reading my submission. 988 is the Suicide and Life Crisis Hotline, and it's available for 24 hours.
Christina, I love that you, A, took the time to write that, and B, I feel ya. I think everyone, probably at some point since COVID, has felt financial stress, strain, strapped.
It's hard.
And it is hard, and it can feel very isolating, very overwhelming. And I love that you really hammered in on the community aspect of like, you are not alone. We will get through this. I know it can feel like we're not going to.
Yeah.
But there is light. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Even if it's the teeniest of spark, like just try to keep going. I think the biggest thing is knowing you're not alone.
I agree. Even if you don't always lean on your community when you need to, please do. Because that's what we're here for,
1,000,000%. And sometimes
that.
sometimes you just need a vent. And that's really
Absolutely.
also too what's great about these Put It in the Teapot submissions. Like sometimes you just need to get something off your chest. And it is crazy how much of a sigh of relief it can be even just to write it down and send it. You know?
Ma'am.
We're not obviously going to be able to solve the world's problems, like Christina said, in a day, in an episode. But just being able to talk about them, know that you're not by yourself, that there are other people who hear you, feel you, agree with you, understand you, see where you're coming from. Like that just helps us all keep going as humans.
Absolutely. And it's nice to just know that, you're not on your page alone. I know we keep hammering that in. You're not on your page alone. We're all on the same page. We're all going through things. We're all trying to keep our finances afloat and pay that goddamn rent. So whatever you need to do, keep on doing that. And like Maddison said, the light is at the end of the tunnel. You just got to squint sometimes.
Literally. As I get an Affirm notification that's like, your payment for your couch is coming out in 10 days. I'm like, God, are you kidding me? So just know, like, actually, I live, laugh, love Affirm. Affirm, really. If you could give me a call, I'm a frequent flyer for Affirm. But we got you guys. We got you. Thank you so much for another fun episode, community. We love you guys. We are all together. Make sure you guys are following us on social media. Make sure you're subscribing wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you're commenting, engaging, sharing. Share this podcast with a friend, somebody who needs a good giggle, some tea, and just like a group of people.
I've been uploading these clips on that TikTok and on them YouTube shorts. So make sure y'all share them with a friend.
Please, 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 you guys. The more we grow, the more we get to do together. So always keep that in mind. We want to get out there and see the community. That is always, always one of our fave things. And
hug you.
Goals. Yes. Also, you guys, make sure you're following us on Instagram. You can follow me at I am Maddison Hill on Instagram, TikTok, Threads.
Yeah.
And Maddison on I3 on Snapchat.
You can follow me on Instagram and Threads at Courtney Revolution, and on Snapchat and TikTok at Court Revolution. And yeah.
We love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.